quiz.
I feel like you hit it early. I think you're now hitting on 2.
Yeah, I hit 2 and I point to you at 1, and then I think you press record after that. Sorry, it's mere seconds that I'm just like ahead, like a hair ahead, like a feather ahead.
It's all right. It's okay.
Yes.
I get those 2 tracks and I can line them up.
You do it.
It doesn't matter if there's an hour of dead air on one of our sides. I can still match it up once we start talking.
Are you good with wallpaper, I wonder?
I don't know what you're talking about. What does that mean? What?
Well,
I have wallpapered before.
It takes some lining up, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, yes. I mean, I assume if you're using patterned wallpaper, it's even more important. I only wallpapered at a job that I had, and it was only one day, and it wasn't patterned wallpaper, so I didn't know what I was doing at first, but it was easy enough to figure out.
Okay, good to know.
Well,
Doug,
this is what
novice
the patrons
wallpaper.
pay for. Again, patrons, this is what you guys get. What was the job? Who knows?
Question
mark. What was I wallpapering? Maybe a restaurant. I don't remember. It was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago, but there was wallpaper on your resume. Yeah. Is that a cup of coffee you've got there?
No, it's water in a Wonder Woman plastic cup.
Fabulous.
Yep.
I love that. Excellent.
I work with what I can find in the house on short notice.
You take it in short notice for thirst.
Yeah, as though I don't know when we're recording or that I might need a beverage.
What
it's going to be. It could be alcohol, it could be tea, it could be water. I haven't really gone outside of those 3.
That's your beverage of choice.
But that kind of covers all bases. You know?
You've either got a little bit of caffeine happening, a little bit of straight up hydration, or I'm going for the beer tonight, which means I might get burpy during this episode.
I saw that. That looks like a rather large bottle, but it could just be... It's
not that large. I think it's your angle.
I think it is. I remember there were times when you're drinking out of something, and I think it's enormous. It might just... It's got to be just the computer camera that make things...
I think it's kind of fisheye it on
Yeah.
Making you think that... Yeah, because it's really just a normal size.
No, I understand. It's either, if it was a giant bottle, your hand must be enormous.
Well, maybe it's like, I wonder what this beer would look like in Schwarzenegger's hands, Like he's got these giant arms like that. I don't know.
It would look like one of those little bottles of booze you get on an airplane.
Yeah, it'd be like a tiny little, he'd be like, what these? I can't. You must have in your repertoire of imitations.
I don't know. The amount of accents in this movie was crazy. In a movie where first of all, I had not forgotten a second of this movie. Like, I was really amazed because I probably hadn't seen it since I was 13.
Yeah.
I remembered every moment of this movie.
Every moment.
Nothing was a surprise. And this is a first because I got my laptop out. Yeah. I sat down. I rented it. I hit play.
You were ready.
It got to the point where he dropped Sully off a cliff.
Oh, yeah.
And I looked down and realized I have not taken notes. I was captive. I was in it. I was so in it. And then I was just like, well, it's too late now. And I watched the whole thing and watched it again just to take notes.
You did?
Yes.
Oh, Commando.
Yeah. But again, I was like, I know this movie. And it's not a movie that I've seen. Yeah, I mean, I saw it a handful of times as a kid. But it must have had some sort of impression on me because every beat, I was like, oh, now she gets in the plane and she flies. Like, I remembered every
You remembered the
beat
amphibian
of this movie.
aircraft?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was surprised.
Wow. That is, now I too had seen it, and I had definitely, I remembered more, there was definitely sections that I didn't remember as much.
Sure.
But I feel like you, there were definitely lines that I remembered, like, because they have these cheesy, funny lines that, like, Arnold's a pretty funny guy in this.
He
pretty
is,
sassy, right?
The more of these movies we see, the more angry I am at what's his name. I can't think of his name now.
Which one?
I don't know. Code of Silence.
Oh, I know. Chuck Norris.
The more
oh my
just
God.
enraged. Like,
because why? Why? Listen. I've always, I guess I've not liked Arnold, right?
Sure.
He tainted a little bit when he became the governor, and it just
Right.
changed it a little bit. But he was always fun. Like, what was the one where he's twins with Danny DeVito? Like, that was really fun. We should do that one. Twins, yeah. Titular. And when we got to see the other, what's his name? The Von Damme? Oh my
Yes.
God, I love Von Damme. Adorable, funny, fighting, right? Tough.
yeah.
Chuck Norris, in comparison, he's just got the beard.
He's
He's
just
not
like a,
funny.
He's like a wet blanket
Yes.
amidst these. Like, you want a great triple feature? Watch Commando, watch Bloodsport, and
Yes.
watch Cobra. Great. Do it, and don't put Code of Silence in there. Like, that movie is not fun. They don't want you to have fun watching it.
No.
They don't want it to seem as though it was fun making it. This movie is just fun beginning to end. It's just, I mean, they're into the action right away. The plot doesn't make any sense
No,
whatsoever.
it's very goofy.
I'm kind of glad I watched it twice, but also upset because the second time I was like, wait, what are they doing?
Yeah.
Why are they doing
Who
this?
does he's supposed to go and kill a president of some, right? What
Assassinate
is his goal?
A president of, I don't even know if it's a
some
real country.
South American country, I'm guessing?
There's
right?
one point in this movie
But
where...
then, what accent does that one guy have?
I don't know. And why is Dan Hedaya doing
Dan Hedaya.
Random generic South American accent? Can't you get a guy who is from that region to play this part? It's crazy. At one point, it's really early on, like the general or whoever that guy is comes over and he's like, it could be the Libyans, it could be the Iranians, or it could be the South Americans. And I was like, a continent? Wait, those other ones were just countries.
Yeah, by the way, trouble starts right away. The commander comes and he's like, all right, we're going to keep you safe. He flies the helicopter in, and then, like, he leaves, and they're already there.
Then jump out of the bushes. The one thing I did forget about this movie, I guess, is sort of how it ended, because then I went, wait, is that commander guy in on this? Like, did he chopper dudes in to do this? But of course not.
No.
It was just, in this movie, they don't want to waste any time having any sort of dialogue.
No.
Did you see?
Go ahead.
And I don't know. Did you? You always tell me when I ask you where you saw this. You always say on my TV. But there is when I rented this on Amazon, and now I feel like I have to buy it. I'm sure that there is a Arnold set of like 5 movies, and this is probably just one of them.
Sure.
I need to see because I think I'd watch this again. But there's a director's cut.
Oh, I saw
2
that.
2 hours long.
I saw that was available.
Okay,
for me.
you did not watch that
watch
one,
it.
right?
No,
okay,
no.
okay, neither did I. All right, I just wanted to make sure we were talking about the same movie.
Yeah, no.
But in a way, I was like, I hope Jamie watched the director's cut so she could fill me in on what I missed.
What you missed. Well, now you can watch it 3 times a charm. You could watch the director's cut for the 3rd time.
I hope the extra half hour is just Ray Don Chong's karate class that she never makes it to.
I hope it's more of him using that flamethrower. Like, how intense was that?
The flamethrower?
He had a
What?
flamethrower thing. Remember they steal it from the one... Maybe I did see the director's cut,
Wait a
the
minute.
flamethrower version.
A flamethrower?
I thought that's what it was.
Are you? Are you
I'm
thinking
not
DC
familiar
Cab
with these
again?
weapons.
Was he trying to light a fire with a flamethrower? Did you watch the wrong movie?
No, because she uses it at one point.
You mean the rocket launcher?
Oh, it's the rocket launcher.
All right.
It's just semantics.
Yeah, I was like,
huge
how does
weapon that does all that damage. Yeah, she shoots it backwards at first.
Yeah, and I was like, that's really dangerous of her to be like, I'm sure I can, I guess, hit the tire of this, I guess, police van? Like, I'm not going to kill Arnold in the process.
I like how against him she was to start. Like, she's like telling the security at the mall about him, and then like instantly she's like, all right.
The security at the mall.
Oh,
how many security guards does this mall have?
Wait, and why did that guy choose to meet a guy at a restaurant at the mall?
And it's like it is the jumpingest mall bar
such a busy
ever.
Mall. The whole mall is intense. It's like a Saturday afternoon at the mall.
And Arnold, all 300 pounds of him, is like, I'll just hide behind this pillar. Nobody's going to, I don't look shady at all. I don't stand out from the crowd.
Wait, I like, too, when he rips the seat out of the car, I guess so that he's lower and hiding in the car, but it doesn't make a difference. He's so big that he's still, like, it's not like it puts him hiding in the car.
Right, because even later when he does take Sully's car, he doesn't rip the seat out of that one. He gets in, seems very comfortable.
Yeah.
He does not... He's still sitting at the same level as she.
Mm-hmm.
And is she... There aren't a whole lot of scenes with them standing like face to face.
Oh, right.
But at the mall, there's an extended scene of them talking. And she is almost as tall as he is. So I didn't know if she really is that tall. I didn't look into her profile and see her
she's taller
height.
than Sully, that's for sure. But I think he's a short,
most
squirmy
everybody
man.
is. And who is that guy that he meets at the mall bar? That guy's murdered immediately and seemingly had no purpose other than to get them to a mall.
They were exchanging some sort of suitcase or something. There was some kind of exchange.
I don't know why.
And again, why at this busy pick a restaurant, maybe like a bar. But I think it's so that you could get all those swinging acrobats that...
Sure. Yeah. I love how it's just like a giant inflatable balloon. And Arnold's like, oh, yeah, this will hold my weight.
I got it. I got it. Watch me swing across.
Oh, this movie was so enjoyable. Like, I just enjoyed it beginning to end.
All the way through.
The Alyssa Milano... Arnold montage at the beginning of this. I think I could have watched that for an hour and a half. God.
First of all, I love their little cabin hideaway that they're at. It's
very
stylish. Yep. I don't know where it is. I want to say it's somewhere in the Pacific Northwest.
Also, is their front door on the roof? He gets in, like he climbs on the roof and walks in the door, and it appears to be the front door.
You're right, he does.
Yeah.
It's like a hatch that that's right.
I couldn't understand.
Maybe it's for the sake of, like, they have to hide out because they're under.
Right. Yeah. And how do you not have a safe house or a panic room? You know, if you are this...
Yeah, why do you send her to her room? When they all come, he's like, go to your room and hide. Yeah. She goes under the bed. That's a terrible spot to go.
Meanwhile, he has to put in a passcode to get to this room full of guns. I'm like, why is she not in there? Why don't she just put her in there?
I like how later on when she's kidnapped, she's so cold. Like, that's her spirit thing. Is that she's
constantly,
just
when she's on the set of Downton Abbey for some reason.
Let's just
do it. Let's do it. It's a breezy 90 minutes.
It is breezy indeed. Yeah. It's packed with some real good fighting too, if I do say so myself. I was recently I went to an arcade, old school. Yeah, I was recently in some really good combat. No, I was at an old school arcade with my nephew.
Okay.
And there's all those like fighting games like Mortal Kombat and I don't know, there was a ton of them. And there are parts of this movie that just felt like one of those like arcade fighting games because it's just like yeah, and blood splat, ah!
Yeah, I mean when he's fighting that guy at the end, it really is like a 2-person fighting game. And
yes,
I don't know. I guess the one thing that I wish in this movie is that there was someone who, and I know they try to make him evenly matched, but nobody is a match for Arnold at all.
They made that one guy evenly matched, Fat Freddie Mercury, that guy.
Yeah, I don't know if they're trying to hide his beer gut behind that chainmail suit that he's wearing.
That's the other giveaway. Like, first of all, the creepy mustache. He has the bloated face of, like, Freddie Mercury. And then they put that chain vest on him, and I'm like, what happened? Queen didn't work out,
ridiculous.
So now you got to battle. Oh, he looks... but he's supposed to be the tough guy.
Yes.
That was... Well, what about... Okay, so in the very, very beginning, we see two guys get killed. One is like this white rich dude, right?
Apparently. I mean, yes.
And who's the other guy?
I mean, we see 3 people, quote unquote, get killed. But...
Was the one that gets run over by the Cadillac?
No. No. Remember Bennett pretends to get killed at the beginning? He gets on his fishing boat or whatever to throw Arnold
Bennett?
off the set. Yes. That's why he makes
does
eyes.
that look-see. Yeah, I remember the look-see, but I thought
he
it was
looks
just
at him like, hey, this is all part of our plan. And then he hits the thing and the boat blows up. That's why when the general or whoever goes to see Arnold, he's like, they're killing off your men. They got this guy, and Bennett. Yes. But the first guy is some middle-aged white man who appears to be in suburbia. And he's shot to death by the garbage men.
P.S. When the movie started and we had the garbage men driving, I had a Chuck Norris flashback.
Of course.
The beginning of the Code of Silence with the garbage men. And I was like, this can't go down like this. But thankfully, it doesn't.
Right.
Whew.
They don't go inside and murder the entire family.
Right.
Like in Code of Silence.
Like in Code of Silence. No, we're just going to kill the man
right.
bringing the trash out. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But they take him down.
And we find out that these people were all given new lives. They were apparently, they ran these missions. They were part of Arnold's team. And I guess they were all done, retired. Clearly, this old guy's retired. What is he doing? And they were given new lives. So this guy's new life is middle-aged man in suburbia, I guess. Yeah, and the next guy's life is, I'm a used car salesman?
Yeah.
Not a used car salesman. He seems to be selling top-of-the-line automobiles.
Fancy.
But who picks that as their new life?
Maybe he likes it. I don't know.
And what a weird way to kill this guy. What an abstract way that so many things could have gone wrong in this scenario. But it ends up working out.
Yeah, he gets run over by one of his own merchandise.
Yes.
Interesting, yeah.
Yes, and so Bill Duke is the guy committing all of these crimes. He and Arnold, I guess, are good buddies. He was in Predator with Arnold, too.
Oh.
I think he was. I should have looked that up. Pretty sure he is. So he runs this guy over after he poses as a garbage man, and then pretends to blow up a guy on a fishing boat.
Yeah. That's an alleged. Yeah.
And this is a long time. And this is a long time before we get a title sequence.
Oh, yeah. We don't even know.
No.
What are we watching? We're just seeing some murders happen.
Yep. We're watching 10 minutes of just murders. And I'm like, where is Arnold? What is going on?
Well, he's lumberjacking. That's what he's doing.
He sure
is.
He's
literally carrying a tree and a chainsaw in his hand and looking for Alyssa Milano so they could get ready for their epic montage.
He's like a monster. He is carrying an entire tree out of the woods just on his shoulder. Just like, no big deal. No big deal. Don't worry about it.
Arnold, I got this.
Oh, but
and as we mentioned, they have this adorable... Oh. I want to Airbnb that cabin that they're in. It's so cute.
I love it. I love the cabin, and I love their relationship. He seems, in real life, pretty terrible husband, but... great dad, apparently. Like,
so fun.
Most fun father ever.
Can we talk about this montage?
Yes.
When they go for ice cream together, and she puts ice cream, she kind of dunks his face. It is all over. It's on his eyebrows. It's not like it like hit him in the nose. Oh, it's the best.
He's just laughing. He's having the time of his life with ice cream on his face.
And like all over his face.
It's not just
like on his forehead,
right.
not
it's
like
not like
on his
Alyssa
mouth
Milano
and his nose.
to be funny, like poked him in the nose with it.
No.
She like painted his face with ice cream. But
then I love it. They feed a deer together.
I must not have been looking at the screen. I missed the deer the first time around. I'm so glad I watched it again. They're feeding a deer out of their hands and they're like petting it.
Yeah. They go fishing, but they go fishing in this it's not even
hole.
like it's it doesn't. It seems like a puddle. Like they're on these rocks and there's like this little like wet area and they go fishing. Then
it's like a single fish got stuck in a puddle and they're like, oh yeah, we can catch this. This isn't that difficult.
I don't know if the cabin has that pool, but he has devilish time tossing her around the pool. And like throwing her in the water.
Oh my god, it looks like so much fun. It looks like so much fun.
I know. I think you mentioned she takes a karate class with him.
Yep. Well, I don't know if it's a class. I mean, he's teaching her how to kick and throw elbows and stuff like that. But oh my god, it's just, I don't know. It's just
darling. It's just so darling.
Yeah, I would love to just hear an interview with him or Alyssa Milano or both of them just about this. It legitimately looks like they are having the time of their lives.
I think it was just a blast. I think that she enjoyed his company and he thought that she was fun. Oh. And
what about her overalls?
I just want oh my god, her 80s sassy overalls.
So bunchy, so like big and
well, she's got the belt there that cinches them.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. But so cute, so cute, Alyssa. Well done, well played. I have to tell you that when I saw this movie originally, I know I think her name is Jenny in it.
Yes.
But when I was a kid and I saw it, especially with Arnold's accent, the way he says, I can't even do his accent, Jenny.
Yeah,
he kind of says like Janie.
Chenny. It's all Chenny. Can't pronounce his J's. It's just C-H-N-E.
Chenny. Little sweet Chenny.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Wait. What, did you want to be Jenny? Is that where you were going with this?
Or of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
No,
I think that's why the scenes I remember most, like as a kid, were the ones with her or him and her. Like I didn't remember necessarily the ice cream mess of this movie.
I like to imagine that after watching this movie, you mashed your dad's head in ice cream. He's like, "What the fuck are you doing? I'm not that Arnold guy."
I'm like, come on, Dad.
Come on, Dad, throw me in the pool. Come on. Oh my god! So she makes him lunch. Also adorable. She
makes
kind
him
of plays mother to him. Mm-hmm. And what's the deal with his? Is that ever? That's never brought up. The deal with like his.
Oh, the wife. Yeah, we don't know.
The girlfriend. The whoever.
Her mother. She doesn't. Yeah, no, we don't ever talk about. Okay. We don't ever say when her mother died or I have to be there for her because. No,
I like the somewhat tender embrace she and Rae-Dawn Chong have at the end of this movie. Without being introduced or knowing who this woman is.
Well, because there's like a knowing. When she shows up even, there's like this knowing. Because doesn't even the commander guy is like, no, he wants a new life. Because not only does he have his daughter. New family.
She probably Alyssa Milano probably saw her and went, we're kind of like hair kindred spirits. Like our hairstyles are very similar. Maybe this is my mother. I don't know.
I know. Why do we pick her out of all the women at the airport? So they have this blissful time together where they eat sandwiches, which, by the way, I've never watched somebody eat a sandwich and want so badly to have a tuna sandwich. I don't know if it was tuna, but it looked like they were eating tuna sandwiches.
I don't think it's tuna because he doesn't know what it is.
No, he's says,
like, what's in this sandwich? And she's like, you don't even want to know. No, don't worry about it. Oh, he has some witty banter when he looks at like an issue of Teen Beat or whatever, and he's just why don't they just call him Girl George and take all the take the mystery away? Okay, all right, okay. We don't need to get homophobic here in this action movie.
He just dabbles in it. It's
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, you do know later on in this movie, you're basically wearing no clothes rowing a boat, right?
Oh yeah, it just takes that shirt right off because that's how you row a boat.
Takes that shirt off.
Hey.
He's barely got anything on.
Oh, when he comes out of the boat. Yeah, he rows the boat. And I'm like, oh, look, he's topless, just going for it. All right. And then when he gets on land, he's like in a Speedo.
It's like a Speedo with spray painted on him.
I'm like, what do you have to be in a canoe in that kind of outfit for? What the heck?
Oh, my God.
Oh, this guy. Oh, Arnold. Oh, so... The commander comes to his house. A helicopter flies in for their beautiful, picturesque wraparound windows that they have.
They can't get over that. You better find out where this was shot, and look into
I'm telling you,
renting
it's
it.
Our next vacation. It's our next vacation. We're going to stay in the Commando house.
I hope it's in Maine. I hope it was shot in Maine, and we'll go there. Although I don't know where this movie is taking place. He's living in the mountains, and then he gets a plane and jumps into a swamp like they're in Florida.
Yeah, when he jumps into the swamp.
When he jumps into the swamp and you see like a dummy falling hundreds of feet.
And then you see him.
He drops in as though he just jumped into screen.
I know, and it's clearly a dummy because the legs are bent in an awkward way.
It's amazing. And when he hits the water, there's barely a splash. Like, that he just jumped off an 8-foot step ladder or something.
How amazing was that? Okay, so wait. So at his house, you said the commander comes, tells him about all his men being killed. Instantly after the commander heeds the warning, like literally the guys are there. And Arnold Smith, so the commander leaves two dudes to watch out for him. Yes. These guys are here to watch you. They do a terrible job.
Instantly. Because even Arnold's like,
shot,
are they good?
One shot. And
are they good? And he's like, they're the best. Instantly murdered.
P.S. Arnold tells the one, because Arnold, after the commander leaves, like literally the commander just walks down the driveway, and Arnold's like sniffing the air like a dog, that sniffs the breezes.
Yep.
He's like, what the heck? And he tells the guy that he could smell the guys there. He is so good at what he does that he can smell the enemy when they're upon him.
He's amazing at this. And this is after the guy who's supposed to be watching them is shot, and Arnold's like, didn't you smell them? And he's like, what? No, I did. And then, go run to your room, Jenny, hide under the bed. I'm sure everything will be fine. I'm sure it'll all just blow over.
Like you said, he's got to unlock guns from a shed, and in the meantime, they know exactly where to find her. And that's the prize, really. That's the carrot they're going to dangle in front of him is, we have your daughter, so you're going to do what we want you to do, right?
Sure, question mark. Yes, but you're right, because they keep saying, Bennett and Dan Hedaya constantly are just talking to each other, and they're like, he's going to do what we want him to because we have his daughter.
Right,
hey, you know what? Guess what we have? His daughter. Hey, do we still have his daughter? Yeah, we still have his daughter.
It's his daughter.
Every time it cuts to them, they are having the same conversation, just with the words in a different order.
Well, I do love this when they first get her. And they take her in the car and they drive off with her. He goes to jump in his truck, and what did they cut the brakes or they broke the engine?
I don't know. He just pulls out a bunch of wires out of the hood.
The car's broken. Like, he opens the hood and he's just like, this isn't going to work. So what does he do? He lives on a cliff, I guess. Yeah. He pushes with all his might the car. I'm like, what is he going to push it to start? Like it's an old-timey car?
Nope.
No, he pushes it so that it just kind of...
It just rolls.
It careens down the hill?
Careens wildly down the hill. Yeah. He just jumps in. He's just steering this thing down the hill.
His goal is to try to... And they know. They see this car just like barreling down at them. Yep. And his goal is to basically just cut them off by crashing into them.
Yes. It doesn't really work at all.
No,
I mean, he does crash the car, like it rolls over, it flips over, he gets out, punches a couple guys, but then is also captured.
Right. Oh, yes. Well, he's tranquilized.
Right. Yes, he is tranquilized.
Like a big old
also,
mountain lion
his name is John Matrix, which I find hilarious. I love it when he plays any character who is supposed to be, I guess, average American?
John
why?
Matrix.
Why does this guy have the name Matrix? First of all, that's not even a real name. Secondly, it's not an Austrian name.
No.
Why can't he just be Austrian? But I guess he's working for the U.S. military, so all right.
Right.
He's an American. Let's just ignore the accent.
Mr. Matrix. Colonel. He's a colonel, don't they?
Oh, is he a colonel? Okay,
Colonel Matrix.
Sorry, I did not
I
mean
think
to.
so.
I didn't mean to disrespect our service member.
Please. Well, once he's captured, what do they want him to do? They capture him, they tranquilize him, and they tie him down.
They tie him to a table, and this is when we find out that Dan Hedaya is, I don't know, lives in some South American country.
Yeah. Where he wants to be the president there, right? Is that what he wants to do?
Yes. I don't. It seems to me, having watched this twice, that Arnold and his team overthrew some regime and put some dude in power. Now, Dan Hedaya wants to be in power and wants them to assassinate the guy that they helped get in power so that he could then be president. For some reason, who cares? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all.
All we know is he's got his kid, and
right.
Arnold wants the kid. Like you said, they have this ongoing conversation. We have the daughter.
And is Bennett Australian? He's Australian, right? He's got an Australian accent.
Yeah,
okay.
I think that's what he's supposed to have. Yes.
All right. And why at the end of this movie does he suddenly become a crazy person? Like, we didn't see how insane, I guess, he really is through the entire movie. And at the end, he's like, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
I'm so crazy. We have not seen this
when he's
person.
Chasing her, or when he's about to kill both of it. I guess the warm up is him chasing her.
Right,
and
right.
Then,
yeah. But finally, when Arnold's like, leave the girl alone. It's me that you want. He's like, I don't need the girl. And his eyes get all wide. And suddenly he's just, he does seem to want to murder a child, which is, maybe that's crazy enough.
Well, he does seem to have, I'm guessing they all have to have a certain amount of issues for the work that they do, right?
Okay.
Even Arnold. That's
you
why.
know what? Yeah, I assume he has issues. We don't see any.
Well, why doesn't he have a wife? And where did he get Alyssa? That's my question.
Are you positing that he stole a child or bought one off the black market?
Well, that's what...
or maybe just, maybe on one of his missions, he killed somebody and he's like,
yes.
Oh no, I just murdered the entire family and I found this baby.
Right.
I guess, guilty conscience, he raises her as his own.
Yeah. Huh. There's your backstory.
All right.
Okay.
I need a Commando prequel.
Just so I know what's going on. And, what is the backstory between him and Bennett? Because that last fight scene, I wish we had some flashbacks there to give us some substance to what happened to them back in the day.
Do we need to see more of these two interacting with their crazy, insane accents?
I suppose you're right.
No, but, at one point, Bennett does say that he was kicked off of the team for whatever reason.
Because he's a little loosey-goosey in the brains there.
All right.
I'm going to assume. Because he's the one that wants to kill the kids and rape the women, when the rest of them are like, no, we've done our job, we're done.
Wait, what?
I'm just saying. He takes it to the extreme.
Wait, are you saying that this is what's going to be in our prequel movie, or is this discussed in this movie at all?
No, that's not discussed in this movie.
Okay, all right. I just thought I missed a huge plot point of him raping people.
No, I'm saying he's a seedy guy like that.
All right, okay.
So maybe that's part of his backstory that we don't get to know.
All right. You know what, Jamie? Let's get into it. Arnold has a son. Doesn't look like him, though. Maybe we could get him to play a young Arnold, get him working on that accent.
Yep.
All right. I don't know. I'm out of ideas.
All right. That's as far as you got. All right. Well, then let's get back to the present Commando then. Okay. We'll just
I don't have the
on that
enthusiasm to write a treatment of Commando prequel.
You sounded like you're ready. You're like, let's get into it. I'm like, all right, we're shifting gears. We're making up our own Commando. No, slide back into first.
All right, okay.
Let's get back to where he finds Sully, right? No, he finds Sully and the other guy.
Right.
Well,
so,
wait.
go
Well, I
ahead.
guess it doesn't matter.
That's
we
all
didn't
right.
talk about when he gets. Well, he's not on the plane yet. That's
No,
right.
no,
Okay.
no. He's going to the airport, I guess.
He's going to the airport. That's right. They're going to take Sully and who's this other guy? It doesn't matter. It doesn't last long.
This guy looks like Frankenstein. He's
So
huge and just weirdly lumbering, and and he wears that stupid straw hat. It's like a goofy little hat.
Well, I think that's to cover
this gigantic man. They gave him a teeny tiny hat.
It is kind of comical.
A goofy Hawaiian shirt to wear.
Because I guess they're going to maybe Costa Rica. I don't know. They're going to some tropical southern place.
Well, they're going to wherever in South America he has to go to assassinate a president.
And because he's so stealthy and shady, he's got two escorts, I guess you can say. One of them being Sully. Yes. He tells Sully at one point, and this was one of those lines I remembered where he tells him, "You're so funny, Sully. I think I'll kill you last."
Mm-hmm. Oh, so great.
So good, right?
Sully was also in Twin Peaks, not to bring it back to Blue Velvet, but he was. So
He was.
He's great. He's even in the new one, the one that was just on Showtime last year. That's all. He came back.
What's her name?
He came
Twin
back
Peaks
for that.
guy?
Maybe he'll come back for the Commando prequel.
Maybe when we make it, when we get it all together.
Play Sully's grandfather.
There you go. In a flashback, so we get to know what Sully was all about.
I love that we have to make Commando. We're like, well, we have to get Sully in here somehow.
Just because they had, So they get the big tall man goes on the plane with him.
Yes.
And
Sully's just there to watch the plane fly away.
Yeah, they got to make sure because he's so shady that
he's not shady. He's a stealthy, like super monster. Like a super soldier, not a super monster, a super soldier. So I understand that they want Sully to watch the plane take off. They want this other guy to fly with him. And Sully will phone in when the plane takes off. And this other guy will let them know when they land.
Yep.
They got all their bases covered.
Yep. Except they didn't realize how good this guy is.
How could they
not? So they get on the plane.
Bennett is part of their team. Even
Bennett's not surprised.
No, because even when he's going to the airport, he does the old "I'll be back" thing to Bennett, and Bennett's like, "I'm looking forward to it, John. I want to see you. I can't wait to see you again, John." It's a bad Australian accent, but he's very excited because he knows he's coming.
Yeah, he knows this is on.
Even when they're in that palatial estate and Dan Hedea's yip-yapping about whatever, he's like, he's going to come and he's going to kill all you guys.
Yeah, and it's going to be murderous and treacherous.
Well, then why did you put him on the plane? Like, why?
It's all part of the adventure. It's all like a test to see. Because this is, so the plane, first he flirts a little with the stewardess, asks for a pillow and a blanket, and I'm thinking, okay, he's going to get cozy on his little travels.
It is adorable. I love that he asked for a tiny pillow and a blanket. This gigantic, monstrous man. It's so cute. Like, his interactions with normal human beings are so great in this movie.
Yeah.
Because he is so personable. Like, he is so charming.
Likeable.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Much like Van Damme.
Right.
Not like Chuck Norris at all.
God. Oh. I'm so mad at Chuck Norris. Could you imagine him having fun? Could you even imagine him doing anything that is remotely fun? No.
No, that's a hard no for me as well.
It's a hard no. Yep. All right. Anyway. So he asks for a pillow and a blanket, and he just kills this guy.
He just cracks his neck. He twists his neck.
He hits him so hard to knock him out, and then he breaks his neck. And my favorite thing about this is then they cut to a shot of the two people sitting in front of them, and these two are they look to be sedated. Like, they are just staring into space, barely keeping their eyes open, and it's very loud when he kills this guy.
Yeah, you don't crack a neck quietly, that's for sure.
And I like how he gets up and the stewardess is like, "Sir, you can't get up. We're taking off." He's like, "Air sickness." You're not even in the air. That's kind of a funny line.
She makes his face too, like,
yeah,
what?
Right. But what are you going to do? You going to stop him? No.
I didn't know the inner workings of a plane like this. Now I do. He
great.
gets to the cargo area of the airplane.
Just takes a little elevator down. Because we have to see him get, and he's moving with the urgency of someone who is slightly late for a doctor's appointment. Like he is just strolling through this plane. It's not like his daughter's life is at risk,
or like the plane is going to take off any minute. He's just like, how do I get my way? What's my bearings?
Yeah, the plane is rolling. The plane is going down the tarmac.
She wants him to sit.
Yeah, and he's just like, casually like, whoops, I wandered into where they're keeping the dogs, and I guess I'll slowly turn around and go the other direction. Maybe the landing gear is there. It is so slow and deliberate, because they do keep cutting back to Sully watching the plane take off, too. Yeah,
Sully's making sure he's keeping all eyes on him. Sully doesn't see when he finds the little area, he does find a little area that he can, like, how does he get out? Like,
I don't know. He rips some. He keeps ripping things open in this plane.
But isn't that dangerous for the plane to take off with?
Very dangerous. I didn't expect the plane to land at the end of this. I expected them to be like, "Oh, it crashed," because
because we had a man rip out the bottom.
Right. We couldn't pressurize the cabin because there was a giant hole in the plane.
How fun was this though? When he gets out of the plane and he's on like the bottom wheel and the plane's about to take off and he's holding on to the wheel as the plane's going up and the wheel's coming up and he's just like, and his hair's blowing in the wind and you're like, how are you getting out of this one, Commando? I'll tell you how. He's just going to jump when they're over the water.
Just jump in the water. Yeah.
It's free fall.
Not moving at dangerous speeds. Not up that high at all. He daintily falls into some water. I mean, so much so that he doesn't even go all the way under. It's only up to his waist. And then he just like wanders off.
Well, it's an ugly walk he does to the swamp. It's just like a.
But then he climbs out and just like runs across the tarmac.
Yeah.
Back into this airport.
Right. Now he's back in the airport. Now again, he's kind of an obvious guy. Mm-hmm. And now he smells like swamp.
Yeah.
And he does set his watch because it's an 11-hour flight.
It's an 11-hour flight. He knows that they're going to kill his daughter in 11 hours, or they're going to know he's not on the plane in 11 hours. Right.
So he's got 11 hours to find her. In the meantime, though...
Suddenly, we're introduced to our second build character in this movie.
Yep.
And she's just a ray of sunshine. And
she's pretty fun.
Yeah, pretty much everybody in this movie, I was like... I'm glad whoever's doing this movie did it because they're all so fun.
Yeah.
Like, Sully is a great bad guy.
Yeah.
Dan Hedaya is just, you can see him cashing that paycheck in his mind.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. With that silly little accent and that angry little talk he had to do.
I still can't believe they were like, can you do a, I don't know, generic South American accent? Sure. All right. Come on, dimple chin. Let's go.
Bring it on. Bring it on.
Oh,
and he does. Man. He does. What is the deal, though? Is she a stewardess? Because she knows a lot about flights, and she's in, like, this skirt and shirt, and she's making a...
I believe she's a flight attendant.
Okay.
And she's also getting her pilot's license, though.
Right.
So thank God for that.
Don't hold her back.
In this movie.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
They just find these papers, and she's like, "Oh, this is a fueling depot. You can't get this fuel for regular planes. It's got to be one of those boat planes. I know like this because I'm going for my pilot's license. It's about." And he's doing all these calculations.
When he's looking up the longitude, he's like, "What's the latitude of the longitude?"
You just hear him mutter the word longitude. Latitude.
That's what she pulls out the picture. She's like, look at this picture I found here. It's an amphibian airplane. Suspicious, huh?
I found it in this file cabinet marked clues Commando might need to find his daughter. Everything is just like, so on this map, see this island? This must be, I can't even do an accent. Like, this must be where they're keeping her and everything. It is crazy. Just Like, oh no, how are we going to get there? Oh, I'm getting my pilot's license. Did I not tell you that? I can fly this.
Yeah, I could totally fly an amphibious airplane.
I like how she almost crashes the plane and he just pushes the throttle to make it go faster and suddenly it flies.
Yeah, she's like, I can't do this. Or what about when they get into one fly area and she's like, yeah, this is the fly zone that they shoot people at?
Oh, they're shooting people down all the time. Day and night, they're blasting planes out of the sky.
It's a no-fly zone on account of
And did you notice who's telling them not to fly there? Bill Paxton.
Oh, I didn't notice, really?
He's on screen for 20 seconds, maybe.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I didn't note that.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I guess very early on in his career.
Maybe in the director's cut,
right
he's
after,
got more meaty of a
It's probably right
role.
around Weird Science time, right?
Okay.
He plays the older brother, the terrible older brother in that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yeah, but it's like, it made me... When they were plotting things, it made me wish that Radon Chong and Arnold Schwarzenegger were in Blue Velvet as the teens, trying to figure out what's going on.
Things would have came to them a little easier, I'll tell you that.
It's so laughable. But the thing that I do have to say, and not to bring it back to Chuck Norris, I hate continuing to talk about Chuck Norris.
Hey,
but
you have to.
Even
it's a thorn in your side.
Even in scenes where Arnold's just like running around and hiding behind things and crawling, he's doing it in a way that Chuck Norris just kind of like wandered around that warehouse and every now and then would shoot people. And there was no sense of urgency. And with Arnold, like everything he's doing, he is all in on.
He is.
I'm going to crawl under trucks. I'm going to run at a sprint. And I shouldn't be that amazed by that, but
our past action
Chuck's
hero,
lowered the bar so much for action heroes.
Well,
can I just? So Radon Chong is on the phone. She's on the payphone, and again, I'm so glad I watched this movie twice because the first time I was so locked in on Sully because he's behind her calling in like, hey, he got on the plane, da 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 da. My job's done.
But he's listening to her sad conversation about...
Oh, her sad... Did you listen to this conversation?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
So it's like someone's trying to not meet up with her and is like giving her all these lame excuses. And she's pathetic about it. Right?
It's crazy. At the end of this conversation, she goes, well, okay, I like you too. And like, this is so sad.
I think it's to let you know, like, what does she got going? I mean, she's got a nice car, I guess. That's what. But it's not like, she's kind of looking for her next big thing if she can find it.
It's literally. So that at the end, we're like, oh, all right, she and Arnold can
they
get
should
together.
be together. Yeah.
I mean, it is 1985, so are we going to have an interracial kiss? Nope, not even.
No.
Close.
Well, and yet sometimes you do question: are they just strictly buddies? Like he rips her shirt open at one point. It's not even sexual at all. It's
well, no, I mean, listen, he's on a mission now. I assume once he gets his daughter back, then it's time to calm down. They could probably go out and have dinner or something, but. Him ripping her shirt.
No, Milano could make them sandwiches. That's what's going to happen at the lovely lodge.
Yes. Him ripping her shirt is directly related to trying to find out where his daughter is.
Solving the mission. Right, exactly. Right. I did note the shady conversation. So then he's very shady to her. Sully all of a sudden is like a leech on her.
It's very creepy.
Yeah.
And the fact that he follows her into that parking garage.
Yeah.
Man, this is bad news. Now, I mean, their cars are like parked across from one another, but still take a hit.
Yeah, but
and even after she rebuffs him many times, his comeback is whore.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's right.
Wow.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
Man.
And she gets in the car kind of frustrated with the whole thing and is like, whatever. And now she meets Arnold. Mr. Matrix, who rips out the seat from her car and sits in it.
She just got rid of this creepy dude, and Arnold grabs her and is like, "Don't move." like,
yeah,
I'm not going to
scream.
hurt you.
No,
Right.
yeah, don't scream. But you need to, and I love it. I love their little funny because he goes, I need you to follow that guy. And she goes, I was afraid you were going to say that.
Yeah. Oh, I knew you were going to say that. Really?
Yeah.
You know these guys have something to do with one another? Wow.
Well, like later she asks him to tell him what's going on. Or is it this car chase?
No, it's later. And I'm like,
later
he
car
already
chase,
told you
yeah.
3 times what's going on. Like, he's not lying.
Nothing.
Immediately, right away, he's like, they have my daughter, blah, 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 blah. This is happening, da, 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 da. And later on, she's like, will you tell me what's going on? His response is no. I'm like,
he just says
what?
no. Well, because he doesn't want to repeat himself.
Right,
waste his air.
yes.
He needs that air for all that fighting he's going to do.
Here's the only
Right.
thing that I think is a little bit of a letdown. And, you know, I was kind of joking about her karate class earlier being in the extended cut. She says to him, I have an advanced karate class to get to. And,
yes, she
and I was like,
does.
at some point, I'll bet she's going to kick the shit out of somebody.
Oh,
She doesn't.
I know.
She never
I know.
does.
It is kind of a bummer that they
Yeah.
only use her pilot skills.
Right, yes.
Because I thought the same thing. I thought he's going to take her in. And really, at least she's got some funny, like
Right.
when he beats up the Green Beret in the hotel room and she's like, oh my God, these guys eat a lot of red meat. And
The
she's got all this
quips she
commentary.
has while guns are being fired at her
Yeah.
are really hilarious.
And she's got some screams and some damsel in distress moments, but it's overall but I agree that I wanted
she's
her
pretty cool throughout. I mean,
Yeah.
she keeps her head. I love it, and I think this is the point where when they are driving to this mall, he says that they want to kill him or something. And she's like,
Yeah.
I've only known you 5 minutes, and I want you dead.
and I want to kill you. Yeah, yeah, she's got great one-liners. Like we mentioned the busy mall, they get there. I don't know why this man has to exchange this shady suitcase in a very busy like mall restaurant. Why that is the place, I don't know.
Who was the one who was like, oh, let's meet in a public space?
Very
public. That really, really busy bar
Right.
at that really, really busy mall?
Let's go to TGI Fridays at the mall.
Yeah, let's do a shady deal at TGI Fridays. And even Sully makes some comment like, this place used to be pretty great, but, it's really, it's gotten so crowded. What?
Maybe it used to be a great spot to hand off a shady suitcase, but not so much anymore.
I don't know. So I assume it was Sully's pick, Sully's choice of where to meet up.
Yeah, where to meet. And Arnold's plan, now that he's got her again, isn't to use her like, okay, you're going to use your karate moves to do. You're going to go in there and you're going to fall all over him. You're going to pretend that you want to be with him and just lure him back this way, and then I'll take care of the rest.
Yes, right.
And when she gets into the bar to do this, she kind of freaks out because she's just freaked out by what's just happened to her. And she stops and tells the security guard, there's a crazy man and he's kidnapped me and he's over there and he's a big guy and he's shady. Now, mall security is in on it.
Oh.
And they see, as they say, and I quote, one gigantic motherfucker is what they call him.
That guy who says that is hilarious because the scene right before that, we see him talking to these girls. And he's like,
where he's
hey,
like,
ladies.
You want to go see me kick some ass? Sorry.
The reaction of these mall security guards is hilarious because after she tells this guy who's just hanging out in this restaurant, he walks out and looks at him and calls for backup. He's like, I cannot take this guy alone.
Yeah.
We need to surround him with 20 to 37 mall security guards.
Yeah, everybody, all mall security, get on it. There's a big guy. He might be shady.
And this mall security, they are all strapped. They all have guns. I have seen many mall security guards. None of them are able to carry firearms.
This is a very busy mall, though. Did you see how crazy this mall is?
No, you're right. That's you're saying that this is a pretty typical day for these guys?
Yeah. I don't know if you saw the...
Okay. All right, I can see that. We're constantly having to shoot up this bar because there's all sorts of
shady
drug deals happening.
going down, right?
Briefcases are constantly being passed back and forth.
We don't know, so we got to stay armed and on the ready.
God.
But she Yeah, so she ruins it. The first time it's really her fault that shit goes down is because she tips off security. Then security is on to Arnold, and then Sully sees Arnold because there's a hoopla made about him, and now he starts to run, and now Arnold starts to run, and now it's this crazy. The mall goes nuts because some shooting starts and some running starts. Sully goes into a payphone at one point to call, I guess, to say he's not on the plane. He's here at the mall. And Arnold rips the phone booth out.
Rips it out of the ground.
It's crazy.
And it smashes it. And then is tackled by 100 security guards. And so Sully, like, gets out and runs away.
Right.
And then there's a big car chase.
Oh, yes, this is the car chase where he drives. And he's crazy as a driver.
He's a good driver.
He's just, and great. Again, like those arcades that I watched, it's like those driving arcade games where he's just like all over and making these crazy turns, and it's insane.
He's skilled in everything but how to fly a plane, I think. I think that's the only thing he doesn't know how to do. You need your pilot
license for that.
Yeah.
That's what you need.
He runs Sully off the road.
Yes.
Sully's car flips over. And he finds a key, a hotel key.
Oh, yeah.
And he holds Sully off the cliff by one leg, with one arm holding one leg. And you know he could do this. Like, you know that this isn't special effects. I'm sure he can do this.
No, especially Sully's not a very big guy at all.
I do think it's funny when he holds him and he's like, this is my weak arm. Oh, man, I got to stop even trying to do I almost called him Stallone. An Arnold accent. I can't do it. I can't do it. Done.
It's okay.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Patrons, if you tuned in for it, just shut this down right now. Oh. Cancel your pledges. Cancel your patrons.
Don't do that. Come on. He'll bring it back. Listen, you can do it if you really try. That was really
okay.
Bad.
I appreciate the effort.
Yeah, me too.
So why don't you say, who is your daddy and what does he do?
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
There you go. Got it.
Okay.
You're talking very slowly.
That is how he talks. Very not quick.
He's getting Russian. He's getting more Russian by the second. I don't know why I'm making fun. I can't even do it.
I think you can. I think if you dig deep enough, you can. Unfortunately, there's not whiskey in that Wonder Woman cup. It's just water.
Right. That's the problem. I'm just drinking water.
So, after he drives... Oh,
go ahead.
Remember when I said I'd kill you last? I lied.
I do like Sully's reaction. He's like, oh, yeah, you did say that.
Yeah, you did say that. And he's like, I lied. And I like it. She says, what did you do with Sully? And he goes, I let him go.
I like how she's suddenly on a first-name basis with Sully.
Yeah, exactly. Why are you so concerned about Sully? When did he even introduce himself? Right. He was the creepo that was bothering you. And now
Shouldn't she just be like, so what happened to that guy?
Yeah.
No. What did you do with Sully? My new BFF, Sully.
We had good times. I was going to meet him at that restaurant on Tuesday night.
And this is, as I said, the point in the movie where I realized I didn't take any notes. I then hit pause. I was shocked to see that we're halfway done with this movie. This movie was
You were sad.
flying.
You were sad.
And I don't know if you found the same thing, but I was like, this movie was over in no time. It
is a quick ride.
Breezy.
Yeah, it is pretty quick because and there is a lot of action stuff, obviously, because of its Commando. But even that. At the end, I'm always not always, but I can be this way at the end. I'm like, all right, just fight.
Well,
but when
the action at the end is pretty
pipe,
repetitive.
That's intense. The fight okay, wait, let's get there. We're not there yet. Sure. Now they bring Alyssa Milano to, you said it was like Downton Abbey, and it is.
Right.
That we see where they're going to keep her cold self in this just nice, like bed and breakfast
How
room.
is she
like
so
it's this
cold?
Victorian.
They're clearly like, where are they? Like Santa Barbara or something? Don't they say that they're off the coast of?
Oh yeah.
Something like that. So they're in California. They are in very warm weather. But you're right. She's constantly rubbing her shoulders
with the
or
mascara
her arms.
dripping down her face because it's not easy. She was kidnapped by two.
I mean, we
guys.
should not make fun of a child being kidnapped.
Yes,
you know,
not
this
fun.
is very serious. I understand, and she is very resourceful. I like the fact that they give her some agency and that she is able to get away on her own. She doesn't, she's, like you said, she's 10 years old, but she still, gets one over on that crazy Australian.
She's still, come on, look like father, like daughter, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, he was teaching her those moves and teaching her how to fish and feed a deer.
And she knows now. She could put ice cream in Sully's face, or in what's his name's face. Freddie Mercury.
My only weakness. Ice cream in the face.
I'm lactose intolerant. I
don't even know who we are now. Am I Bennett? Am I Arnold? I have no idea.
Where are you? I don't know.
Okay, so
now they have Sully's. They go through cars now, right? They don't. Do they drive?
Well,
Sully's
he pushes Sully's car back over so they can drive it away.
And they go to the hotel.
He does crash the car into a pole, and I did think it was hilarious. He smashes this car into the pole. They're not dummies. There's no stunt doubles. So he and Ray Don Chong just get jolted forward, and immediately he grabs her, and he's like, "Are you okay? You okay? You okay?" And it's like, I think he's really checking on her after that stunt.
He is very kind.
Yes, but so they then drive to this hotel room, Sully's hotel room,
right?
Where Bill Duke is going. Bill Duke, the guy who in the beginning murdered everyone,
right,
is set to meet Sully,
right.
And Arnold has a great plan.
It's a good plan. It
is a good plan.
She is going to pretend that she is in a twist with Sully, and Sully's in the shower, so he can't come in yet. Sully's in the shower. He forces himself in.
No, she invites him. The whole thing is Arnold wants him to come in.
That's right.
So he has her answer the door. He turns the water on in the shower, so you hear the shower running. What about these people in the adjoining room? And why are they in an adjoining room?
Oh, yeah.
Just the naked people whose room they bust into?
And they weren't doing anything. They were just curling up naked.
Yeah, they were just,
they're just holding each other.
Yeah, the TV's not on. The lights are all. I mean, it doesn't appear that really anything was happening other than they're just cuddling
They were waiting.
Up for night.
Yeah, they were just waiting to hear what was going to happen in the room next door.
Well, they probably were about to have sex, and then they heard all those gunshots.
They heard, and they were like, was that you?
So let's just see what happens here.
The guy comes in ready now to kick ass, and he's like, I'm a Green Beret, and I love it. His line is, I eat Green Berets for breakfast.
Yep. There's a lot of weird dialogue that doesn't make much sense in here. But it is funny when you hear Arnold say it. I don't care what he's saying. It's hilarious. Yes. Mostly unintentionally so.
Yes. So the way it's the cadence in which it's said, yes. Mm-hmm. This is when she's got some funny commentary while she watches them.
Oh, my God.
Just fight all over the place. And, they crash into this couple next door. And, but in the end, he kills him. The blood, a couple of times, blood comes out of the mouths of these guys.
He throws him back into the room they were in originally. And I guess he falls onto... I don't know, like a table leg or something goes right up through his heart. And this guy is totally deadsies. And Arnold's like, "Tell me where they are. Tell me where they are." And I'm like, whoa, he's dead.
I don't think you get any information. Yeah.
His entire chest has exploded.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's bad. So he gets no information, but... He does know.
Oh, they find an airplane fuel receipt.
Oh, that's right. They check the car, and that's how they find that airplane fuel receipt. That's right. That's right. This is something. Hold on. I think I found something here, she says.
Oh, my God. It is so crazy.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so it is like they're in a weird detective mystery for about 5 to 8 minutes of this movie.
Yeah.
Because this is the longest stretch of the movie where nobody's killed. And it still is only about 5 minutes long. And this is just them solving the mystery of where Alyssa Milano is.
Where is she? How are we going to find her? Now they have another car that they take. They take this guy's nice car.
I like how into the cars you were in this. You're really tracking what vehicles they're in.
They change him so much. He starts out in his truck careening down the hill. Then he gets in her car. Then he gets in Sully's car. Now he's in this car. And
Later
they go
on,
to
he's rowing a boat.
Yeah.
The transportation in this is wacky.
It's planes, trains, and automobiles all the way across. No trains, though. Okay, so now they get to this fuel factory, I guess, is where they are?
Yeah, let's call it a fuel factory, because I don't know.
I don't know where they are, but this is where they do... This is where she finds the photo of the amphibian. Oh, what is this I found? It's a photo of an amphibian airplane.
It's a photo of a plane just sitting there. It's like they just left everything. Like, okay, what are we going to take to go kill? Like, what is the mode of transportation? If somebody was just going to go and try and rescue Alyssa Milano, how would they get there? Would it be this plane? Let's just leave this right here next to these latitude and longitude coordinates.
I'm looking at the latitude and the longitude.
Written down on a sheet of paper right over top of the map of the place where Alyssa Milano is.
It's perfect.
Did you see when he circles the island where she's being kept at on this map? The rest of the map is obscured with papers. The only part you can see is this little island.
It's like they wanted him to know, like, here, find us. Find us. I dare you. Now they have to go shopping. Now that they know where to find her, he gets in the car with her and he's like, we're going shopping.
Love it.
And he uses, what does he use? Like a construction truck or something?
I don't know. How does he know how to drive it? Did somebody just leave the keys in this thing?
I don't know.
Was it just parked out in the front?
But he crashes it into like a guns and ammo shop, I guess.
It's so... I found it hilarious because at the very beginning, the general shows up and Arnold sneaks up behind him and grabs his own gun. And the general turns around and he's like, stealthy as usual. And we just saw him like sneak into this place where all these documents were. And now he just crashes through the entire front of this, army supply store?
I guess that's what it is.
Oh my God.
This is where they get I thought it was a flamethrower.
It's a rocket launcher.
It's a rocket launcher.
Yep.
And a bunch of ammo and guns.
A bunch of guns.
And I'm guessing the paint that he paints his face with later.
Yep.
He gets all this stuff. Now he's got 5 hours left.
5 hours left.
The clock is ticking, right? And
I love how they just have like a shopping cart and he's just throwing guns on there and then Radon Chong wheels it out and I guess puts it in the trunk of this car.
And here they go. But now, I don't know how, is it because the cops were there? Because next thing I know, he's in the back of a cop truck.
I think it's because he destroyed the front of a store.
Right.
And somebody must have called the cops.
Okay.
Or
because I didn't...
a silent alarm or something. But no, you're right. They're just there. Because he's taking stuff and suddenly turns around and 2 cops have guns on him.
Right.
Does he try and fight them? No, he could have easily won. No, he lets them take him out and put him in the back of this van.
Yeah.
He's not even cuffed.
No, he's just in. That's why I was like, wait a minute. Is he taking a police van now to the place? What's he doing? We're changing cars again?
You're like, I got to write down this automobile?
Yeah. But no, he's temporarily, I guess, arrested till she...
The most temporary arresting.
Yes.
And I like how these cops think that she's a prostitute. Just because
and
she makes
they're
eyes
okay
at
with
them?
it. Yeah, she makes eyes at them in another car, and they're like into it. And then she blasts the rocket launcher.
I can't express how crazy this is because she drives up beside them as these police officers are at a stoplight. She looks at them, makes eyes, and the guy turns over and goes, "Hooker." What? Really? Is that okay?
Well, does she still have? Because when they went to the hotel room and he like when they were at the hotel room to make her look a little more seductive.
Oh.
That's when he rips open her shirt, and she does have her shirt kind of open and low cut for a while.
But
not
she's
that
still
makes somebody
wearing
a
vest
yeah,
that has
she's
little
still very
little flight wings, like a flight wing
right.
pen.
She's an air hooker. I don't know what to tell you.
An air hooker. I like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
A hooker in the sky. Doesn't take her long, though. She blasts them with the rocket launcher, first backwards, then the right way. And now they're back in their Cadillac.
Yep. I do like it when he says, "How did you know how to do that?" She's like, "Oh, I just read the instructions."
Yeah. Again, just funny little
great.
banter.
Yes.
Now they go to the amphibian airplane.
Mm-hmm.
So they're hot. Someone is chasing them, hot on their trail.
Yeah.
It won't start. He literally punches it to get it to start.
Punches it. Works every time.
That works every time.
Great.
And now they're going.
They fly forever. It's like they're in the air for a really long time, and they don't have any.
She's enjoying it.
Yeah.
She's like, again, she's
they don't have any like deep conversation about their lives or anything.
No.
They kind of don't talk, but we keep cutting back and forth between the bad guys talking about Alyssa Milano and the two of them just sitting in a plane, just
enjoying
smiling,
their flight.
just having a great
it's
time.
like you don't watch Survivor, right? It's like the one show Barrett and I are obsessed with watching. They get to go on these like reward challenges where they're on their island and whatever, they're suffering because they're Survivor contestants or whatever. But when they win the challenge, they get to go on these like excursions and they get to take these helicopter rides and they go over the island. So it's kind of amazing for them because they've been stuck on these beaches. And so that's what it felt like.
It's
like these
just
two
a
were
chance
just
for them to catch their breath.
They were on their reward challenge. That's what they were. And they were just looking over at the
Ray Don Chong has just watched several people be murdered today.
Right.
She's like, I can't believe I'm flying this plane. This is great. This is the best.
I'm just going to take a minute with this. And he's like, I just figured out the longitude and latitude to get us here. My brain is just toast right now. I don't even know. Then we get a little topless Arnold, right? They can't.
Yeah,
she almost crashes the plane. Thing. They're in a shooting zone.
Yeah.
And they make it, though. They
that
make
doesn't
it out
really.
okay.
He's like, can you fly lower? And she's like, oh, yeah, I can fly lower.
Yeah.
And suddenly they're off radar. Crisis averted.
Right.
Whatever. Just to pad
they
this out
get
to an hour
told to get
and a half.
out of that. Right. Yeah.
Right.
And now then we get our sweet topless.
Ray Don Chong leaves the movie for a long time.
Yeah.
And now it's just.
Well, not without he's told her, you're going to radio my commander guy. You're just going to keep radioing him, let him know what's going on. I like it when she does finally get in touch with him. He's just like casually reading a paper. And the secretary comes in and is like, you got to hear this. And he's like, oh.
Yeah, he like throws the paper down. Like, I've been waiting on this. Ever since we found all those dead guys at his house, I knew something was going to go down. He's just hanging out in his office reading a paper.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
So
and this is when we just
away.
get like I don't know. It's like a sexy Arnold montage. I mean, it is really like, and that's why I find these movies just so hilarious. How like, it's such a guy's movie. Like,
totally.
I'm not watching any of that pussy shit. I'm not watching any of those chick flicks. I just want to watch.
I want to watch my man.
Arnold's all oiled up. Yeah.
He's
Look
so
at that
tan on that
he's
island.
wearing.
Yeah.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to watch some WWE now.
Oh, Arnold. Oh, Commando.
And it is.
He does paint his face. This is when he paints his face.
It's a great, like, so getting ready montage.
Yeah,
with that.
it is a get ready montage.
It is. It really is. It's just, it's like any chick flick where, somebody's trying on different dresses and walking out of the dressing room. This is kind of, it's like slow motion, him sliding a knife into his knife holster.
Roy Orbison's like, pretty woman. Walking down
pretty
the
much.
street.
You know what?
Sorry.
I kind of want someone to, if our listeners have this capability, if you could just take this montage scene and put in Pretty Woman underneath it, I think it would be
when he
amazing.
Smears it, pretty woman, stop a while. Smears the other eye, pretty woman.
as he's clipping grenades onto whatever kind of vest he's wearing.
Oh my God. When he arrives then at this, I don't know, where even is he? Oh, wait, no, first. Okay. Oh, we have the big reveal in South America where there's a dead body on the plane. No Arnold, right? We have that big reveal that happens.
Yeah, how these fat, out-of-shape gangsters are there to go pick him up at the airport. I'm like, they just send him with the schlubbiest...
With the most jabroni of jabronis.
Yeah, I'm like, this is who you sent. Like, these guys are going to keep Arnold in line. If he was on this flight, he would kill these guys in no time when he got off the plane.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
That's why this other guy has to be president there, I guess. I don't know. When he gets, it's like
I
this
like
compound.
how everyone else on this plane is just casually getting off. Just like, no big deal.
Whatever, dead body on the plane.
They wheel a corpse off the plane last.
And there's a giant man missing that was on the plane.
A giant man who said he was airsick when they were parked on the tarmac.
Oh, and let's not forget the hole in the cargo section.
This plane would just like go into the ocean the moment it took off.
But whatever, it's totally cash.
But whatever. And then they call, like these guys then call, whatever, Dan Hedaya. And Dan Hedaya then
I love it. He's just sitting on the couch waiting for the phone call.
Just sitting
and
there.
And he answers, he's like, sí. Ay, sí, claro. I don't know what he said.
I don't know. It doesn't matter because he can't speak Spanish. But he tells Bennett that he finally gets to murder Alyssa Milano.
Yeah,
and Bennett is so excited about this.
Yeah, he's been dying to kill a kid.
But there was a scene earlier that we didn't comment on where Alyssa Milano removes the doorknob to the room.
Oh, yes.
And starts using it to chip away at wood, like the windows are boarded up. So she's using the doorknob here to kind of like pry away at the wood.
So stealthy. Stealthy. So she's getting a little escape plan of her own going. In the meantime, her dad has arrived on this compound. Again, even here, there's like these lazy soldiers that in the beginning he's got I think he scalps one guy, like Arnold Schwarzenegger scalps one guy. He uses the flamethrower.
Yeah, he's like he starts by stealthily killing them with knives, like sneaking up, grab them, stab them, cut their throat, done. Mm-hmm. But he's planting C4, so then everything starts exploding.
Right.
He's just blowing up vehicles full of people.
Then he's just like walking and literally, it's like an arcade. They're like, ah! And falling off of like balconies and just like dying because he I don't know, throws a knife at them. Like it's literally just like he walks and people are just like flailing themselves onto the ground.
It's the terrible trope of action movies where everybody is shooting at him, nobody can hit him, and all he has to do is turn around with a pistol and shoot, and like 8 guys explode.
Yep, and like just rapid fire, like waterfalls, dead bodies everywhere, just violent
it's this
falling.
Palatial estate, and they use every inch of this place. People are falling off of the roof into giant fountains, and flying through windows. Ask you this.
There's all these soldiers, right?
Yeah.
They lock that little girl in a room, and nobody's watching her. Nobody's making sure.
There's nobody standing even outside of the room, even just watching her. Because when Bennett goes up to break in, he's like, wait, the doorknob's gone. Like, nobody noticed this?
No, but there's all these dudes on the whole
And
compound.
she is able to get out and like go into the basement?
Yeah, the boiler room? I don't know.
Guess.
Yeah, I guess.
How about the guys who corner him in the tiniest tool shed? For this giant estate, this tiny tool shed.
But this is when they think they have them, right?
And he murders dudes with gardening tools.
Yeah,
it's really great.
It's insane. It's a good one. Yeah.
It's so great.
Meanwhile, Alyssa Milano does get out.
Yes.
And she is on the run from chubby Freddie Mercury, who is hot on her trail.
Oh my God, I just love chubby Freddie Mercury.
That's what he looks
I also
like.
do just to take it back to one thing. And I don't know if you said this on the podcast or if you just said this When you refer, I guess you said it on the podcast, when you referred to that Mr. Rogers documentary as Behind the Socks. I don't know why I was just thinking about that a few days ago and just started laughing maniacally.
It's not the sweater you want to get to. It's deeper.
Behind the Socks. The Fred Rogers story. All right. Well,
all right.
So he finally gets into this mansion.
Yeah.
And they have to do this in action movies all the time, too. It's a comically mismatched battle between he and Dan Hedaya. Like, Dan Hedaya should not even live for 3 seconds, let alone running around
but he has
and
a gun.
hiding and shooting. And I understand he's like the big bad guy here, but it really is funny how long it takes Arnold to kill this guy.
I know, you just killed like literally hundreds of men out there.
Yes, right. Yes, you killed
but you can't
hundreds
get this
of guys
guy,
in their early 20s who are fit as fiddles, and Dan Hedaya, middle-aged, schlubby Dan Hedaya, who a couple years after this is in A Smoky Mountain Christmas. You barely are able to finally kill him.
Hold on to that memory. Hold on to that one tight. Mm-hmm. But he does get him, and now he's got to get Jenny.
He's got to go into the basement, go into the boiler room. And he does, like Bennett, he has Alyssa Milano, like he tricks her or something, or grabs her. And then, you know,
I love
Arnold,
how she keeps going, Daddy, Daddy,
Jenny,
I'm so
Jenny,
cold. Did you bring a sweater?
Jenny, 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 Jenny. Yeah, and finally he convinces him. He's like, you don't want her. You want me. You want to kill me. And finally he's like, I don't need her. I don't need her. And he like throws her. And you just hear this bang. And Alyssa Milano going, ah. And then it's like a fight. They decide to knife fight.
First they knife fight, like an old-fashioned knife fight, right?
This fight is hilarious.
It is. It's like the Sharks and the Jets. It's like, yeah.
It's really great.
Bennett gets electrocuted.
He gets electrocuted and does not die. When he got electrocuted, I went, wait a minute. I thought he got a pipe thrown through him. And then he just bounces off like...
We're not done.
It's like it charged him up.
Yes. Then they have that weird...
You would think a guy in a chainmail suit who got electrocuted would be dead immediately, but
would take at least a minute to come back. Right. Then after the knife fight and the electrocution, they do the fight by the fire where they take turns almost pushing each other into the fire, and it's like, and then the other guy, and then the other guy back and forth and back and forth. Who's going to go in the fire? I don't know. And what's going to happen? Again, what's her name? Where's the fucking pilot? She could be coming in here and right in the back of his head.
Yep, that would have been so great if she did just show up at the end and kick him. But I just love how this, as you call him, Fat Freddie Mercury, this guy with no muscle tone is almost pushing Arnold's head into a fire.
I know.
And but Arnold can barely... That vest is barely holding on. Like, that vest is about to explode off of his ripped abs, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. It's so funny. And then somehow Bennett gets his gun back and yells, I'm not going to shoot you between the eyes. I'm going to shoot you between the balls.
Between the balls. Not between
between the balls. Literally causing some... injury, I guess.
Does he mean like the penis? Because that lays, but it doesn't really lay between the balls. It's more on top of the balls, depending. I guess in fight mode. I don't know.
I don't know that we can analyze anything this guy's saying. And Arnold's having none of it at this point, and he just rips a pipe off the wall and throws it. Doesn't even, like, in my memory, I remember him jamming it into him.
No, he frisbee tosses it.
I would not think even Arnold would have the power to throw a pipe through a chainmail suit, through a guy, through his spine, into the wall behind him. But it's pretty great.
And he tells him to let off some steam. Because he is an angry guy, that Bennett.
He
He's
is.
got a lot of issues. So
Yes.
it's a perfect way for him to die, actually. with this
And
team.
he and Cheney are reunited.
Yep. She's been waiting by the airplane.
Oh.
By the amphibian airplane.
Oh, yeah. Ray Don Chong's waiting there. I do like how he walks out shirtless, just holding Alyssa Milano.
Oh, yeah, just carrying her.
One arm.
He carries her like that, I think, through the forest, too, earlier.
Yeah. Well, he needs his other arm free in case he has to chop down a tree or pet a deer or something.
Right, exactly. Pick some berries for the deer, what have you.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and then for a minute, the captain guy watches and is like, I don't know, will he be back? But then he sees that now he's got two ladies, and he's like,
it's almost as though the captain, the general, or whatever, is daring Arnold to commit to a sequel to this.
Yeah.
Because he says, he's like, John, get your old team back. They've all been killed, but he's like, I'll get you a team. It'll be great. And he's like, I don't think so. And then he walks away. And the colonel even turns around and is like, until the next time. And Arnold turns back. He goes, not a chance.
He's like, how many times do I have to say?
Right.
That's a strong no here.
And it's a wonderful just shot of the three of them like getting back on this plane and flying away.
New happy family. Gonna go to the lodge. Gonna hang out there.
Oh my God.
I can't wait to see what Alyssa cooks for breakfast. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. That place is it's probably shot up a little bit, but nothing,
Nothing that he can't rebuild. Are you kidding me?
I assume he built that house.
Yeah.
With his bare hands.
With his barest of hands. Yeah. And there you have it.
And there you have it.
Commando.
Patrons. Commando.
There we go.
A childhood favorite of mine.
I was going to say, obviously.
It was just such a pleasure to watch this. It really was. Beginning to end, I had so much fun watching it.
It is a fun one.
Yeah.
Of all the action movies, and for some reason, we had it on VHS, and I remember doing some of the lines from it with my sister and my brother. Okay. I do. We did the one, the Sully line.
Your sister would call you a whore. It was great.
Exactly. It was fun times. This was a fun one.
Yeah.
But still, I have to say, after watching this, and I had memories of it, I still am like, man, though, I love Van Damme. I want to see more. Like, maybe we can do Van Damme Vember. I don't know. We'll have to think about it.
Don't worry. I mean, we'll plan more. I'll see how many things he did in the 80s, and then we can sort of chart them out and, have them relatively spaced apart.
Sprinkle them throughout.
Yeah, so we're not assaulting people with Van Damme. And
with our Van Damme-ness.
Right, and I would just hope everything else that he does is as much fun as Bloodsport.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's true.
I don't know if it will be.
Maybe we should just end it with that. All right, so if we're going to rate it, I'm going to say...
I don't want to go into Steven Seagal territory. Can we put him
off
as
I'm
long
not
as
ready
we
for
can?
that.
Okay.
Yeah, if Chuck Norris scarred me. Like, I knew that I felt a good way about Arnold. Although, have you seen any pictures of Arnold recently?
He's an old man. I mean, listen, time makes monsters of us all, and it is just, it's happening.
It's not kind.
He's got to be in his 70s, right?
I don't know. Yeah, I guess when you think about age and you think about steroids and you think about pumping iron, it could be.
It's not good, right?
Yeah, but there you have it. Patrons,
sorry,
friends.
I'm just looking. I have to look him up. I have to know how old he is. He is 71.
Ooh.
So
all right, so early 70s.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, so patrons, thank you so much for continuing to Patreon us.
Yes.
If you know anybody that listens to the show but maybe doesn't Patreon, maybe hasn't taken that commitment, let them know. Let them know the fun things that they're missing here. And just to tease, because we kind of, when we went to what are you doing, 7 of these a year, 8 of these a year, something like that. Mm-hmm. We decided that there would be, I want to call them categories, but how would you refer to it? Like in April, we said we were going to do Saturday Night
Themes?
Live alums. Wait, what?
Themes? No,
Themes.
not really.
All right, let's say themes. So this is
works too.
right. So July 1st will always be action themed, or June 1st is action movies.
Yeah.
So maybe this is how we can get another Van Damme in.
All right, I like it.
And we decided in August we're going to do something a little bit different, and we are going to do a made-for-TV movie.
Made for the television.
We haven't decided what it is, but just get excited because we're going to venture into television made-for-TV movies of the 80s.
Of the 80s. That's a whole new beast there.
Yes.
Do you remember the movie I Know My First Name is Steven? It's a little heavy.
Of course I
don't
do.
think we should do that.
No. P.S. Corin Nemec follows us on Twitter. Just so you know.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Just so you know, I was very excited when I found that out, and I was like, I wanted to write to him, and then I was like, I would have to call him Parker Lewis, and I don't know if that would be offensive to him.
I don't know if he would like that.
Yeah.
I used to have a little crush on him back in the Teen Beat days.
Listen.
How do you not?
I'm
He's adorable.
pretty sure I'm perfectly straight, and I think I had a crush on him. He was in some of my favorite things at the time. He was in Parker Lewis Can't Lose.
Right.
He was in The Stand. Do you remember the Stephen King The Stand miniseries? He was so great in that.
Yeah.
And I Know My First Name is Stephen.
And I Know My First Name is Stephen.
I mean, and I'm sure he did a lot of other stuff. I think he did a Sci-Fi Channel movie. What?
Oh, I'm sure he did. I made my grandparents record that movie for me. Like, you know how you had to record movies that... Nope. I Know My First Name.
Oh, I Know My First Name is Stephen. Yes.
Which I think later...
You made them record?
Yeah, it was a weird thing.
Like you couldn't do it
You
yourself?
know how, because you know how, like at the time, movies only played on a certain day on a certain channel.
Oh, definitely, yes.
I wonder what they thought after, if they watched it and they were like, why is she making us record this movie about this missing boy? What is she trying to tell us? Yeah. They did it for me because they love me, but I'm sure they were like,
Well, that's great. So Corin Nemec,
anyway,
consider being a patron. We'll do an entire episode just devoted to you if you want us to. That's fine.
Oh man. Anyway.
All right. Well, anyway, patrons, thanks. Thanks for listening.
Yeah,
thanks for tuning in.
you.
Thanks for Patreoning. We're so happy for the support. We're
giving you like a big Arnold hug.
That's
right. Oh, come put ice cream in my face.
But we're not trying to hurt you either.
No, not an aggressive one.
It's like how he would probably hug Alyssa Milano.
Yes.
It's a comforting hug.
Very much so.
After you made us sandwiches with your donations.
And we're not even questioning what's in those sandwiches.
Nope, not at all. Mm-mm. And we are not making homosexual slurs about Boy George either.
No.
We're better than Arnold. We hug better, and we're more tolerant.
That's right.
All right, everybody, thanks. Tune in to our next regular episode where you're hearing this on June 1st. I don't know what the next regular episode is.
It's a good one.
Look forward to that. It's a good one. I hope you enjoyed the last one, whatever that one was.
Because it was good, too. This one might be better, but really it's personal preference.
Right. It is personal preference. I mean, I enjoyed this one more than our last one. Maybe. But who knows? You know...
My favorite is yet to come.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right. We may not get the Van Damme for another year. All right, everybody. We will see you soon enough for the regular episode, and wait for our TV movie episode on August 1.
There you have it.
Okay. Bye.
Goodbye.
Yeah?
Where's Sully?
In the shower.
Who are you?
Room service.
Open the door. Move back over there. Hey, Sully! Oh! You scared, motherfucker?
Well, you should be, because the Green Beret's gonna kick your big ass.
I ate Green Berets for breakfast. And right now, I'm very hungry.
I can't believe this macho bullshit.
Hey!
Fuck you, asshole.
Fuck you, asshole.
These guys eat too much red meat.